Hey guys, get ready with me while I tell you guys a little bit about my rhinoplasty. First, I'm going to answer the question I've gotten so many times is why did I get my nose done? I feel like this is a very obvious answer, but I got my nose done because I was very insecure about it, and I had been for many years. So a little backstory for you guys. Whenever I was about 10, I might have even been younger, I'm not really sure. I was at my friend's house and we were just chilling on the trampoline, doing our little backflips and stuff. I, for some reason, was being a tryhard and did a standing tuck, and guess what I did? My knees went straight to my nose, and I had never felt so much pain in my life. Immediately started gushing blood. I thought that I had broken it. At that time, I was a competitive cheerleader, so I immediately went to the doctor, and surprisingly, my nose was not broken. So if you're new to my page, you probably don't know this about me, but I am a model. And one thing about modeling is you constantly have to be in front of the camera, whether that's on runways or just photo shoots, film, whatever you're doing, you're constantly on a camera. I started to get very uncomfortable being on camera around the age of 13 due to the insecurity of my nose. And I had always told myself, I'm gonna get a nose job, because I just hated my nose that badly to where I got uncomfortable doing what I loved most. I actually had a photographer say to my face, don't stand that way, the angle makes your nose look even bigger. Yeah. I eventually got to the point where I was so insecure about my nose that I really started to hate shooting, because if somebody asked me to stand a certain way, I know that I would hate the picture just because of my nose. Ignore how scary I look right now, I just put on my lash primer. So for about a year and a half, I never stopped talking about a nose job. I knew that I wanted one so badly, but I never thought that I was going to be brave enough to get one. Also, I didn't have that kind of money. Once I built up enough money to get a rhinoplasty, but also have money left over, I reached the age that you are eligible for a rhinoplasty, which is 15. You just have to have a parent's signature. Immediately called up Dr. Miami's office and was like, I need a nose job. I'm so insecure. I cannot be in front of the camera anymore looking like this. And he scheduled me for a nose job in November of 2024. And that's literally the reason why I got a rhinoplasty, is because I had an insecurity like every other human does. I know that you cannot sit here and tell me right now that you have no insecurities and that you are the most perfect person on the planet with no flaws, because that is not how God made you. God made us perfect in His image, but we are not perfect people. So I've gotten a lot of questions about my recovery process. My recovery process was so easygoing. The surgery went so well, and the nurses took such good care of me. And a lot of people also ask me about the pain, and I would personally rate it 1 out of 10 maybe, because I had headaches here and there. I think that's because I do have a higher pain tolerance. Mind you, when I posted a video of me 2 weeks out of surgery, I got so much hate. And I don't think people realize that it takes a full year for a nose job to completely heal. And my nose was so turned up at the beginning of my surgery. I literally looked like Cindy Lou Who. So many people called me Cindy Lou Who in the comments, and I had a face of a blueberry. I honestly just laugh about it now, but I feel like people don't really know a lot about rhinoplasty, so I don't understand why they were hating on me without knowing anything about a rhinoplasty. Like, do some research before you come hating on me. With that being said, my nose is not even fully healed yet. I got my nose done, like I said, in November, and it is almost the end of March. This is sort of what my nose is going to look like, but who knows, because my nose was changing every other week after my surgery. Also, one thing that I would really recommend is getting you a gua sha. I started gouacheing my face. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. So if I'm saying that wrong, don't come for me. Like you did for my nose. Kidding. After I started doing the gua sha every single night, I could tell a huge difference, especially with the puffiness in my face, but I was also getting all of that drainage out. A lot of things that people ask me is, why did I do it at such a young age? Like I said earlier, I was very insecure with myself, not only in front of the camera, but just in general. So I knew as soon as I set my mind to getting a nose job, my mind would not change. I also get a lot of questions asking me how much my rhinoplasty was. Rhinoplasty was $10K. I not only paid for the rhinoplasty, but I paid for the trip down there and the hotel. My lashes literally look like crap today, But it just really sucks whenever I hear people talking badly about my rhinoplasty and why would my parents let me do that, or I just see the hate comments that I do, because I am so confident in myself now and I feel better than before. So let's just leave the negativity out of my life because that's not what I need. I'm trying to think of like any other comments that I've got asking about my rhinoplasty or like anything else that I can talk about. Another thing that I got asked is why I chose Dr. Miami. My mom had went there and she absolutely loved the experience. Plus she came back looking like a baddie. I chose to go where she went, and who doesn't want to? It's freaking Dr. Miami. Another thing that was being said was, why would her mother let her do that? That's awful parenting. She's too young and she's spoiled. Little did they know I paid for the whole trip plus my rhinoplasty. My mom also let me do it because she had felt the same way when she was younger and she was so insecure about her nose, so she didn't want me feeling the same way, so that's why she let me do it. Last thing I'm going to say is you get what you pay for. Yes, my rhinoplasty was a little bit more on the pricier side, but I am obsessed with it and I have never been so confident in my life. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. I absolutely love talking about this because it is a big achievement of mine and not many 15-year-olds can say that they paid for their own rhinoplasty. I am very blessed and grateful to say that I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did, if you guys have any questions, again, leave them down below and I will make another video answering your questions. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Bye!